What's up, YouTube? My name is Vic. I am the Brooklyn Watch Guy, and if this is your first time on my channel, this channel is all about watch buying, collecting, unboxings, and reviews in the affordable range, which I define as $1,000 or less. If you're into that, I invite you to stick around, watch the video. If you make it to the end, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so you know every time I put a new video up. All right, ladies and gents, today we're going to be doing a review video on this guy. Get that in focus here. A cool watch from Swatch that isn't the moon swatch. I don't know why. I've been wanting to say that for a while. But cool watch. Maybe not for everybody. Not everybody's cup of tea. But I want to get into this. I want to put this on the channel. So without further delay, let's get into this review. All right, ladies and gents. So what we have in front of us is the Swatch SURB 112 Black Bump. Also referred to as the Swatch Touch. But I'm not sure if that's an official name from Swatch, and I'll get into that in a second. But this is an interesting piece from Swatch because it's a touchscreen. There's no buttons on this watch at all whatsoever. Entirely touchscreen. I'm not 100% certain, but it appears these aren't made anymore, at least to my knowledge. And you can find them online still, but they are becoming harder to find. But I bought this one in particular from Amazon. It was listed as used, so I got it, man, like more than half off. And when I got it, this was not a used watch. I could tell this was not a used watch. It was just very likely a return. And when I got into the watch, I kind of understood why it may have been returned. Even though it's a touchscreen watch, you'd think that'd be easy. It's not. It's not the most upfront, easy watch to figure out. And I could see how some people may have been turned off and have probably returned it or sell them off. Like I said, these do pop up online, eBay, Amazon, once in a while. There are not a whole lot of them out there, but you can find them. They don't cost a whole lot of money either when you do find them. I think brand new, these things were like $140. If I remember correctly, I think I picked this guy up for $50. Great pickup for $50. But when I get into the touchscreen functions, you guys judge for yourself. I think it's a little more complicated than it has to be. So, you know, I understand why some people may have been turned off by it. But, you know, one thing that I do see about the watch that I don't like, you see how the running seconds is the most pronounced thing on that screen. Why? I don't care what seconds it is. What I want to know is the time. So I do wish that the time was the more pronounced number on the screen. The seconds could have been secondary. Honestly, nobody cares about seconds. They could have put the date. You know, the date could have been in the bottom, hours on top. I don't know. That's not configurable, by the way. So what you see is what you get. You can't configure what's on display. Does have 2 time zones, so you get a little more functionality with it than you would from your normal offering from Swatch. And honestly, the reason I bought this guy is because I don't see watches like this from Swatch. Right? Everything they sell, for the most part, is analog watch, cheap plastic. And not to say that this isn't cheap plastic, because it is. But it's just cool. It's cool and it's different. So this is why I bought it. But let me get into the specs of this guy in a bit. All right, so like I mentioned, this guy, plastic case, silicone strap. I hate it. I'm gonna get that right out the way. You see how this is. It's just thick. It's too stiff. It's not the most comfortable strap to wear. There were 2 keepers on it. Get that back in the camera. Yeah, there were 2 keepers on it, and because the strap is so stiff and so, you know, difficult to put on and take off, one of the keepers broke. So, you know, and of course, you know, we're dealing with Swatch, so you can see down here we are dealing with that proprietary strap. So good luck trying to do something about that. I've been searching actually because I don't like the strap that much, and I just can't find anything else out there that would fit. Yeah, so that's, you know, I hate that. I hate that they do that. You do get the battery hatch in the back like you do with other Swatches. So that's always great. And it tells you what battery it uses right there on the back. So let me put this back on the stand. You know, they do always make that easy. Battery changes are always easy with Swatch watches. I haven't had to change the battery on this guy yet. So, you know, but anyway, let me stop rambling. So, like I said, silicone strap is proprietary. It sucks. Good luck with that. You get 30 meters of water resistance, or 100 feet. The case diameter is 39 millimeters. Thickness 11.9 millimeters. Lug to lug is 52.6. The band is 25 millimeters. You do get a mineral crystal with that touchscreen, so that's great. Little scratch resistance there. And the functions on this guy, not many. You get 2 time zones, you get an alarm. Believe there's a stopwatch on there. But yeah, it's not really packed with features. You would think it is, right? Because it's a touchscreen, and so you would think there's a little more complications in there because it's going to be using a circuit board, but there isn't. It's actually a pretty basic watch. But let me get into the touch functions because it's not that straightforward. And if you do buy this guy used and you don't get a manual with it, you may have a little difficulty setting it up. So let's get into that for a bit. So one thing that you notice that it is a negative display, but honestly speaking, it may look worse on camera than it actually is. It's actually pretty visible for a negative display. It does have a backlight, and you activate the backlight by pressing here in the middle. You see it turned on. All right. Now, if you keep holding it down, you can swipe. I'm trying to keep this on the stand. I believe you swipe. You see, it uses swipe actions for the different functions. So I swiped, and it went to time zone 2, which I have on West Coast time. That's your date and your chronograph. And to do the chronograph, you will use the touchscreen to stop it, and all that. Alarm off. We don't need that. I'm not quite sure what this one is. This is maybe another timer. Yeah, this is a timer. And now this is how you get to your settings for the watch. I believe you hold it down. Right. And you change everything using swipes. Right. And then you just, to set your hour, or the beep. That's the loudest it's going to go. But, oh, that's on. I'm sorry. I thought that was a number 7, but that's on. But you just keep tapping, right? You keep tapping till you get to everything. And this is how you set it up. And it would be the same for your hours, right? When you get to your hours and the date and all that, you just hold it down. When it flashes, you'll swipe left or right. And that's how you would set this watch up. But you do have to be careful, because if you swipe it too fast, it'll give you like a Wheel of Fortune or a Price is Right wheel spin. It'll keep going. Let me see if I can mimic that here. It looks like it's not going to cooperate today. There, you see what I mean? So you do have to be careful of that when you're setting this guy up, because it will just keep going. It'll keep going and keep going. And I was like, I thought I was spinning the Wheel of Fortune when I initially was trying to set this guy up. So you do gotta it takes swipes, but don't be too pronounced on it. Gentle touches, it'll get the job done. Other than that, aside from the complication of setting this guy up, I don't think it's a horrible watch. I think it's pretty cool. And you can find this guy for $50, maybe less. It's not a horrible watch to own. So with all that said, let's get into, let me give you guys my final thoughts. So ladies and gents, that's my review of the Swatch Black Bump. I just realized that I forgot to give you wrist shots. So let me give you guys that real quick. Let me take off my current watch that I'm wearing. I am wearing my vintage Sharp calculator watch. Awesome piece that I found. I'm very happy to own this. I do like collecting old vintage digital watches, like Casio Databanks and stuff. I just think they're cool watches to own. This one's been cool. Was in great condition when I got it, and I don't regret it. So let me show you guys what it looks like on wrist, because I realized that I forgot to do that. But here, here it is. It's a Swatch. Let me try to block my face so I can get this guy in focus. It's comfortable. It's just that strap sucks. The strap sucks. I don't care for it too much. And because it's a Swatch, there's just not much you can do about it. You really have to take it. Maybe some Swatch collectors don't mind that at all. I do. I'm just not a fan of this particular one. They could have just went with one of the normal silicone straps. It would have been fine. But my recommendation on this guy is it may not be everybody's cup of tea. The setup is not that straightforward. If you follow my the little guide that I gave you, you should have no problems. But like I said, it's not that straightforward. It can be a little difficult at times. This watch doesn't play well with others at times. But I do feel that if you can get past all that, that the watch is worth owning, especially if you get this guy for $50 or less. They don't cost that much on the pre-owned market. You're not gonna find it brand new because, to my knowledge, it's not made anymore. I will link it on Amazon and eBay. Hopefully those links are still active by the time this video comes up. If not, you can always just search for it. All the details for it will be in the description of the video below. And ladies and gents, with that said, if you made it to the end, please hit that like button, subscribe, don't forget that notification bell. I'll see you on my next one. Peace.